My name is Anand. I am a student of MSW, Master of Social Work in the college, OUPG College, Secunderabad. And this is my sir, Jagdish Swaru sir. He teaches us social casework. So the topic he's going to teach us today is transference and counter-transference of knowledge. So without much ado, let's start the topic.
Thank you very much, Anantraj, and my dear students in this class and outside of the class. Those are going to listen this class. Today, our topic would be the transference and counter transference part of social casework. This is very much useful knowledge to social work students as well as the practitioners of like counselors, those who are working in the NGO sector and those who are working in the community, and especially for the students' sake of that this is a very important topic. Transference and counter transference has been proposed by again Dr. Sigmund Freud. You know, Dr. Sigmund Freud was citizen of Austria. He was by profession he was a neurologist, and he had an earlier class was on ego, superego, and conscious, preconscious, and unconscious. So these things he has already taught. Part of that, he has also so many books he has written, like psychoanalysis theory, and so many important books he has wrote. So today this transference and counter transference is a kind of interface between therapist and the client. Now, who is the therapist? Who are going to work with the individual, or we can say client, solving the problems of the person, Generally, solving of the problems of the person could be the most relevant and particular to the professional social workers. Now, after MSW, after this PG course, you maybe start up your own clinic, like counseling center or something, or you may get chance to work with an NGO. So, this is the very knowledge. Transference means what? A dialogue, an interaction between social worker and the client. Social worker here is a therapist. What is meant by therapy? Therapy is nothing but a kind of treatment. The client. So here the professional social worker must use all the principles as we had it in our earlier class, like principles of acceptance, principles of communication, principles of non-judgmental attitude, and principles of emotional control of the emotional, and so many. These are things that we will apply as and when the situation comes to take place. Therefore, it is a very important. And principles of here, 2-3 principles are so very much relevant, like communication, non-judgmental attitude, and emotional control of the emotion. So these are the 3 principles very much useful in these aspects. What is meant by transference? Transference means what? The worker, the client, and their interrelationship. It is a kind of solving the problem, because the client will be loaded of so many problems. The problems the worker used to get when he is going to get information from the client. He has to be carefully listened. While listening time should not arch his eyes here and there, you should listen carefully, control the emotions, because the way the client is saying something which may be relevant to the worker. Worker may also, that means worker means therapist, that means social worker. He may also face the same kind of situation in maybe earlier, maybe his brother, maybe his sister, maybe any his friend. So same kind of situation may he is going to get from the client, and the client starts off saying, and he should not get emotions. Therefore, here the therapist, social worker must control his emotions. If you are not going to control your emotions, there is no meaning between the client and the social worker. You start off crying or saying something, and you also, there is no meaning. That's all. That's what we are a professional social worker. We should be able to control our emotions. That's very, very important. At the same time, the client also may say with emotion, lot of emotion. And you should be in a position to watch this kind of situation in such a way that very much convinces me. You should be in a position to receive the information from the client and listen carefully. And here, non-judgmental attitude. The principles of non-judgmental, you should not say yes, no, nodding your head or something. No, it's not like that. You should listen. It's listen. Otherwise, if you are not going to use this kind of non-judgmental attitude, then you may use something like yes, no, or something. Then the client will, in turn, he will analyze about our behavior, about the client behavior. Therefore, the client, the worker must be very cautious of listening very carefully. Then and then only you should be in a position to get information from the client. That's a very, very important. That is what it is, a transference. A transferring is emotions, desires, interest, feelings, and whatnot. So many things, attitude. So many things he will start off giving, and you should be in a position to grab things. And counter transference means what? And you also gives a kind of say yes, no, or something like that. This is what it is, a professional therapy. This is what it is, a professional therapy. And here, the worker try to analyze what the client said. It is simultaneous. You need not take time to come and we will see tomorrow or something, and you should also not in a position to look after your watch, mobile or something, or arching your eyes here and there. It must be face to face contact. It must be face to face contact. And then you start off giving a kind of information. That is, once you transfer information from the client, the worker is in a position to transfer, counter transference. And in this process, in this dialogue, in this interface between the client and the therapist, that and it should not be too much of interference. That means not too much closeness. It requires a lot of professionalism. Lot of professionalism. Otherwise, what will happen here? The client is a very clever. Whoever may be it, whatever may be the background, maybe the male, female, boy, elder, or child, or something. Then, and you should be in a position to analyze same time, and then and time limit also. Session to session. How much time that you are spending, that you should be you should know. I think 45 minutes, 1 hour is enough for one session. So more than that, what will happen? We are going on telling by the client and worker. If you miss anything in this process of the conversation, and then what will happen? The client may ask you to come have a cup of coffee or tea outside tomorrow morning. Is it okay? Yes or no?
No.
No, sir.
That is what is a professionalism. Because we try to have a kind of friendship, and also not only in that case, but also we start off asking you so many questions like, how many children we have, where do you stay, what is your mobile number, sir, in which place you are coming, what is your qualification. In the process of this dialogue, we started off knowing the things from us, personal things. Is it good for to say yes or no?
No, sir.
No, sir.
We should not reveal our personal information to the client. If once you give off your personal information, then he will call you at any time. You are not only one client, na? You will be having many clients. This is what you do not give at any time. And you try to escape such situations by saying that, okay, you want my phone number, but my phone is not always with me. And today I brought, for time being, by permission from my missus, my children or something. You try to, no Baba, otherwise I have given numbers to so many, I stopped of giving them my numbers, please. Say the something reason. The reasons which you are going to tell, the client in a position to, okay, right. If you ask your residence number, you say that it is a very far address. And generally won't allow others. There is a watchman. Say something. Oh, sorry, that is the position. How much your salary? So many things are, You try to get information, personal information, family information, and so many things. Therefore, the therapist must be very cautious of what to be given, what not to be given, what to be discussed, what not to be discussed. This is a very, very important. And then the client will be controlled, will control his emotions. This is what it is a transference and counter transference. Transference means what? Just now I said that it's a transfer from the client to the therapy, and counter transference from therapy to the client. This is what is a transferent and counter transferent. The transferent is the client will unconsciously will going on till something, and you should be in a position to analyze the situations while in the process of the interaction. On this part you should, and immediately you should flip to the mind and what way you have to talk, what way you have to put your actions and all. So this is what is a professional. And situations also comes to you at any time. The client, you given the timely, then he has to come and he has to be present. Time also to be maintained by the therapist. What time he has to come, that time he should be there. Not before prayer. Otherwise, the clients are start up and waiting for you, before. That's not. This is what it is a role of professional social worker. It's a perfectly applicable to right, know the social worker. This kind of situation you might have faced in your life, or you may be faced in your future, in your career. Therefore, it is very, very important. All the principles, skills, techniques of social case work, which are very much applicable in this situation. Even I said that principles of record. Record writing also one of the important thing in the social case work, but not in front of the client. Not in front of the client. Otherwise, clients will think that something is writing about me. It should be very confidential. And principles of confidentiality also you need to maintain. That means what the client is telling you regarding his personal and his family relationship. The client could be from the broken family, for example, disarmed family, individual disarmed, then what else? Different kind of situations. Then the client may be ready to get suicide. So situation comes. Suicide is in Western countries, suicide is before they are going to get suicide, they will approach to the professional social worker. This is a kind of very interesting thing that in a developing country like us in India, suicide, is without informing to anyone. They go. That is the only way they will choose. That is not correct. Therefore, there is a lot of future career professional social workers as equal to the medical professionals. It's going to be identified. I think according to me. Similarly, every school there must be a professional social worker. That is known as it is an important setting. Social setting is school social worker. As I said earlier, that is like a PET drawing teacher and any other than the teacher. It is very important. This importance of the school social worker has been considered in India only few international schools. But every school, irrespective of either government or private, there must be a professional social worker. Not only getting the information from the client itself, not necessary, not only going to be necessary enough information, but you try to contact in the absence of the client. That is his colleagues. You need to meet his colleagues where he is working. Suppose there is school going boy, you need try to meet his friends in class. Interact with the teacher, how the student is sitting in the class. About his character, traits, attitude, behavior, and so many things that you can get from the teachers. Not one teacher, but you can ask total teachers. And also same time you also require to have a home visit. Why the boy is like that? Is it the problems of the husband and wife, father and mother? Or it is a congested family? What is the father's occupation or what is the mother's occupation? How many children they are having? What is their social economical background? Every individual is very, very important. It doesn't mean that it belongs to poor family or rich family or migrated family. There are so many reasons that a boy is backward in the class, not equal with any other students, any other bright students. Why? There are so many reasons. The reasons has to be collected, found, analyzed, and then solve this problem by only professors. As I said that every teacher is interested to teach his subject only, that's all. Math teacher always impose math, that's all. Whether it is reaching to the student, he is not going to find. Similarly, every teacher, take English teacher, Hindi teacher, language teacher we can say, or science teacher. Teachers are only there teaching only the subject matter. But other than that, these things, there are so much things required. Therefore, this kind of things that has to be taken into consideration by the professional social worker if there is a school social worker. Today, the boy, tomorrow is going to be a citizen, is going to be a father, is going to be employed, is going to have a children, so there are things. Therefore, you just think, right? So this is a transferent and counter transference. Very, very important, and definitely that you are going to be asked in the examination what do you mean by transferent, what is counter transference. Otherwise, they may ask you, write in detail about the transferent and counter transference and contribution of the human pride. It's not only for the sake of the examination point of view, but for knowledge point of view, for the future point of view, for your career point of view, that should know. So maybe you work in the hospital, maybe you work as a manager or in a company, in a school. So wherever you are there, and these kind of problems, persons may come to you, and you should be in a position to counsel the client. That's all. Is there any doubts, please? You are welcome to ask. Anything. Thank you very much. Thank you one and all participating in this class on transference. Thank you.